the hell? Well, it's not showing that I'm live. It's not showing my life. Oh no. What should I go for?
Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13.
Go out and earn it every week.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here are the Broncos to take over on offense, led out by their rookie quarterback, drafted 12th overall, Bo Nix out of Oregon.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. They run it again with Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
And some room to roam now. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Now 2nd and 9. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Nix. That is caught. And he will have a Bronco. They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through...
A leap, and he's got it. Cortland Sutton high in the air to bring it in. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a... And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his 2nd season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
First carry now for Trey Sermon. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. You look at this Bronco defense. It's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Sermon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Richardson looking to throw. A short throw pulled in by Woods. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. Stop moving.
On 1st down, Richardson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. And Richardson back to throw it. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd Talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is brought in at the 21, and he'll be out right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Nix to the... This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Nix throwing on 3rd down. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now it's Richardson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Nix. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
The pass there complete to Sutton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to continue the hot hand and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
3rd and a yard. Here's Nix. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Richardson. And the the Broncos get there and take him down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. The Buccaneers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head east to Detroit to check on the Lions at home at Ford Field, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdown
Hey, Joe
passes
G.
there
Appreciate you
for
stopping by.
Jared Goff.
Much love.
Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Deshaun Watson, strong in the victory, as his guys run their record to 10-4 now with 2 weeks to go. It was a terrific first half for the rookie first-round pick, Bo Nix. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger, as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. $10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Richardson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Richardson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the
Appreciate
defense
you so
here.
much,
They did a
Joe G.
nice job accounting for everybody,
Appreciate
and
you.
that led to an incompletion.
Now Richardson. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
This is taken at about the 14. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. On 2nd down, Williams. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now a 3rd and 6. Now it's Nix. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Richardson looking to throw this.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. That complete to Downs.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at about the 28.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. The Broncos are about set to go on offense.
Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
To throw, here's Nix. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. And leads to a 1st down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Tim Patrick hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a... After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here's Richardson to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Richardson on 3rd and short. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be
Hey,
stopped
Marcus,
right
how you
at
doing?
midfield. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yes, I'm a Broncos fan.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his man. It's Pierce.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand
I don't really have
their
a
willingness
favorite
to try and
player,
get upfield
really.
and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7.
Back to throw. Richardson throwing middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Colts.
Josh Downs.
A 7-yard
Nice.
touchdown grab.
And the Colts are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
No.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now the offense is going to stay
Appreciate
out there
ya.
as the Broncos will go for 2.
Make sure you say connect, because YouTube doesn't like it when you say sub.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The Colts on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw.
The short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Back to the air with Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw again.
He'll get the hook up there to Woods.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Richardson to throw off play action.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play.
Again, it's Richardson.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Kylan Granson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hi, Tyler.
He's
How you doing?
again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
3rd and 9 here.
Again, it's Williams. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
So Richardson and the Colts now
Down by 11, a little under 50 seconds to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround with 1st and 10.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up all. In a 2-minute drill, when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Richardson
drops this one down to Sermon, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. That's complete to Pierce. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock a more pressing factor. Here's Richardson. He'll leave that underneath to Sermon.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
So it's a win here for the Broncos, and it was their quarterback. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, you had to like what you saw. He was on point the whole game. Wound up going over 300 yards with 3 touchdown passes.
So for Denver, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
Today, from Los Angeles, California, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos.
It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchdown.
Excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Herbert now. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 catches for an even 100 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's to one of the new Charger wideouts, DJ Chark. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 43. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
On first down, Justin Herbert.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago.
14 carries, 59 yards.
You know he's proud of his standing as the league's #3 rusher, and those linemen in front of him, they're just as proud, but they all have the same goal in mind. Get him to #1 in the league and celebrate a rushing title at the end of the year. That starts with a good game here.
On play action, here's Nix. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd down and 8.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
To throw is Nix.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
How you doing tonight? Appreciate you something. Bye.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax.
We only lost by 2 points, though. I mean, the Broncos only lost by 2 points.
Line of scrimmage,
that was a good game, though.
On first and 10.
It was close. At least it wasn't a blowout.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Edwards now on first and 10. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff
I don't really
time.
watch basketball.
There's no doubt about
I like
Brandon.
football and hockey.
And now off to the races down the
I'm a football fan and a hockey fan. I like the Broncos and the Avs. Broncos and the Avalanche. I don't really watch basketball.
Touchdown of the season, and the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And his stellar campaign continues. That now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number that very few running backs have ever reached in a single NFL season.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's been immensely, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color? Not the one that you're throwing it to, or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
A 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Williams going to get it again on second down. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Two minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's Nix. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing Nix. That is caught. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there.
Touchdown, Broncos! Tim Patrick, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown.